So the first departure from the field of positive psychology is the expansion towards a broader definition of happiness. But that's just one of the ways in which happiness studies is different from positive psychology. The more perhaps significant way is the following. And it came to me when I was on a transatlantic flight back in 2015. On that flight, I was in one of those states where I was not quite asleep, but falling asleep, but too uncomfortable to really fall asleep. And it was then that a question came to mind on that flight. And the question was, how is it that there is a field of study for psychology or philosophy, history, there's a field of study for biology, for medicine, for geography, and the list goes on. And yet there is no field of study for happiness. Yes, of course, there is a positive psychology, but that's just the psychology of happiness. What about what all those other fields had to and have to say about happiness? What about what philosophers like Lao Tzu or Aristotle have to say about happiness? What about what writers like Helen Keller and Marianne Evans and Chinua Achebe have to say about happiness? So literature talks a lot about the happy life. What about what economists have to say about happiness, or biologists, or historians like Will Durant and Ariel Durant? Why isn't there a field? I asked myself on that flight, why isn't there a field, or rather an interdisciplinary field of studies that focuses on happiness? And I resolved on that flight, 2015, 10 years ago, to help create such a field. 2 years later, I co-founded the Happiness Studies Academy. Shortly after that, we had our first certificate in happiness studies, which has been running since three times a year. We have students from over 100 countries. Many of them participate in the weekly webinars. And then in a desire to create an academic field, we realized that we wanted to go beyond the certificate in happiness studies, and we created the master's degree, the world's first academic degree in happiness studies. Right now, we're working on the next stage, which is a PhD in happiness studies.